Irie, hello, what's going on YouTube? My name is Chima the camera guy, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I edited this photo right there to look like that one over there. So check it. So without further ado, let's get right into the mix. Irie, so the first thing that I did is I loaded up my image straight from my camera, straight to my memory card, onto the computer, into the Camera Raw editor Photoshop 2021. The first thing I'm going to do is edit my basic tones, adjust my shadows, exposure until I get my desired look. Alright, and once I'm satisfied with the way that's looking, just gonna head over to the detail tab and just add a little bit of sharpness. So you know, when you view that on your phone, it looks tack sharp. Check it. So just like that, around 55, that should be good enough for this image. The next thing I'm gonna roll over to is the color grading, just to give that the image a little bit of spice, you know. So when you view that on your phone, everything looking fresh and crisp. And that right there, fellas, is the magic of color grading. You could see how we made that image come from a boring flat image to something a little more exciting. So we're just gonna open up this in Photoshop, and yeah, boom, here we are. Our image is loaded up. We're gonna duplicate this background layer just like that. Then what I'm gonna do is head over to the object selection tool, and I'm gonna select each one of the filaments inside of this light bulb. Alright, so once I'm done with all of that, as you guys could see, each one of these are on an individual layer. Next thing we're gonna do is select all of these and merge it into one layer. Then we're gonna right click this and convert it to a smart object. This allows us to work non-destructively. So you could see all of these are on a separate layer by themselves. Next thing I'm going to do is duplicate this layer. I'm going to head over to filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur. I'm going to select a value of 5 pixels. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate this one again, edit the Gaussian blur on that, and change that to around 150. Then duplicate one more time, change the Gaussian blur on that to this time 300. Yes, and we're good to go. Now if I put all of these layers into one group, just like that, and I put it on top of here, you could see we already have somewhat of a glow effect going on. But you know, that's not enough for me, so we have to spice it up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is head over here, we're gonna select hue and saturation. I'm gonna turn it into a clipping mask. We're gonna colorize that until we find something that looks, you know, looking like a light bulb. Right now, dead red. So let's change that. Vibes. I think I got something that I want. This looks pretty close to what a light bulb would actually look like. You could see it has that glow, and you know, looking like the real deal right there. So what I'm gonna do is duplicate this layer here and drag it on top of my background layer just like that. Turn that into a layer mask and press Ctrl I to invert it. Now what I'm gonna do is select the mask, select the brush tool. You want to make sure that you have a pretty soft brush and your flow is around 15%. Everything blessed, and we're just gonna be painting in the glow just like this. Alright, so we're done. As you could see, this is what it looked like before, and this is what it now looks like. To make it look even better, I'm gonna change the blending mode to overlay. Look at that. Now that looks like it's actually glowing. You check it? That looks great. So we're just gonna adjust the opacity of this so that it looks just about, I feel here, yeah, that looks good. You see 99, let me load that, 95. Alright, so we're satisfied with this. I'm just gonna open an exposure layer just to do a little bit of adjusting with the exposure there. Darken just a little bit, and that looking good. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna move on to is adding a little, a little flare in the corner there to give the image a little, sparkle and make it look better. Gonna click on this, gonna head over to gradients, wanna select radial, and we're gonna choose some colors that look somewhat similar to like a afternoon sunset kind of vibe. So I think an orange like this, and our second color gonna be something more like a yellow, like that, a little brighter, a little closer to white, and that looks good. Press OK, and then what I'm gonna do is move that to the top left corner, just like that, so just peeping in from where the sun would actually be. Press OK here, and then we're gonna change the blending mode of that to screen, and that looks gorgeous. Lower the opacity of that to get the desired look, and that looks good. Now the last thing that I'm gonna do is add these little just a little overlay to that to make it look fresh. I'm gonna go for my files here. I'm gonna put the link to this image down in the video description. It means to open it. Just drag it and drop it onto that. We're gonna rotate that like that. I'm gonna enlarge it so that it covers the entire image like that. Right, then we're gonna change the blending mode of that to, guess it, screen, and check that. Not looking bad. So that looks amazing, looks pretty good. So before, and this is the after. This is what we created. So if you guys like this video, you learned something and you want to see some more, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. Future uploads going to be coming in later on, where I'm going to be editing some more of my photos and showing you guys how I got the exact photos with some behind the scenes, how I color grade, and how I created the photos step by step. So we'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, we go see that.